What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Rich, back to bring you your MLB props for July the 21st. We're back. Baseball is back. I hope everyone enjoyed the home run derby. Hope everyone made some money off of that. And then the All-Star game, which is pretty dope to see. Great pitching matchups, great home runs, lots of things that I love to see. But I am much more excited that we have sports back, we have baseball back. And so let's dive into the short slate today for baseball right now. We start at the top with Roman Laureano, Freddie Freeman, Corey Seager, Sean Murphy for overs, and then Garrett Cooper and Jorge Soler for unders. Now, the one guy that's not on this list because he's not a hitter is John Gray. I love John Gray over 6.5 strikeouts. There's lots of data to support the fact that he will go over in this matchup. He's been getting a ton of strikeouts per inning, and Miami has been god-awful. You see two guys from their lineup are on the under list, and it's because they've been terrible. They've been striking out a ton. Jorge Soler can't buy a hit. I actually bet him earlier to not even get a hit at all, so I do like this a lot. His line's only 5.5, but again, it's a guy who's probably going to have to get on base and do something else, whether it's getting on base with a hit or a walk, and have to score a run to go over that 5.5. So there's lots of data to support the reasons why that is a big feat for a guy who hasn't done a lot lately, up against a good pitcher and a guy who has been struggling mightily lately. You see the 0.67 over his last 7 days since coming back off injury. So definitely Jorge Soler under is a play I'm really looking at today. And the two guys that I'm struggling the most with are Freddie Freeman and Corey Seager. Both phenomenal players, both on fire. You see 16.8, 11.08 for 14 and 7 for Freeman, and 14.31 and 12.43 for Seager over his last 14 and 7. Up against Carlos Rodon for Freddie Freeman, and up against Tariq Skubal up against Pablo Lopez for Corey Seager. There's lots of things to like in this matchup, but the problem is the pitchers are good. They have been hitting this number very consistently, especially for Freddie Freeman, only a total of 6.5. But Rodon has been phenomenal lately, and I don't know if I'd want to test it as good as he's been. If you want to roll with Freddie Freeman, I don't hate it. I think the data does support it, especially with the fact that you're getting a lower total. I would probably rather roll with Seager personally. I think the pitching matchup is a little bit more in his favor, and I do think the Texans is going to win this game and could actually pile some runs on Pablo Lopez, and obviously Seager would be a big part of that. And then Roman Laureano is really just targeting Skubal, who's one of the worst pitchers on the slate, in my opinion, at least from the pitchers that we know. There is some doubleheaders today, some guys that are really young, unsure of whether they're going to perform a lot, throw a lot, so there is some uncertainty from that aspect. I like to focus on the more certainty of a lot of pitchers. We'll see if Skubal can make some adjustments, but in the end of the first half, he was really struggling. That's why you see his pitch factor of 1.17, the p-val number of 3, and the projection of 10 for Laureano, who has been really, really good this season. He does have a line of 7. They are projecting Oakland to be able to score some runs on Skubal and on Detroit, who as well has a good bullpen this year, but still can be beat a little bit. And we've seen Oakland really rise to the occasion in some of these matchups, especially in this series we talked about a lot against Texas. So I don't mind Laureano. He has been playing very well, 9.83 over his last 14, 11.67 over his last 7. So lots of things to like there. And then Sean Murphy also made the list, over under for about 40%, which is reasonable. The line's only 5.5. Again, another guy that if you think that Oakland can pile in some runs, I don't mind stacking Murphy in there. I probably wouldn't do it. I think that the most obvious plays for me are Soler and John Gray. An under for Soler and over for John Gray's strikeouts at 6.5. And then if you want to throw in Laureano or Corey Seager in some of those plays and kind of a mix and match, I don't mind that either. For me, I'm picking it pretty light today. I wouldn't go crazy. It is, the second half. People may have made adjustments. We don't know what these guys have been doing on their off days. They may not be just fully engaged yet. It's still the first day back. Guys have double headers. So there's a lot of things kind of playing into this slate and what could ultimately happen. Even for Houston, I want to take some guys on Houston, but we don't know who the pitcher is for the Yankees yet. They haven't been announced. We expect it to be Garrett Cole. And so obviously we probably don't want to take the Houston Astros up against Garrett Cole. But if it's somebody else, there may be a matchup that is advantageous for us. So overall, I would just kind of take it light today. We're getting back to the swing of things. At least we have baseball back finally, so that's great to see. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm excited to see this happen, and overall, I want to see Jorge Soler continue to struggle because it has been very advantageous for us in the past, and I do think that John Gray has a really great shot of going over. Again, Laureano's a guy I would target. I wouldn't mind playing in a mix and match. If you'd rather play Seager, I don't hate it either. One of those two guys would kind of be my third guy in the mix and match, and then I would probably stay away from Freddie Freeman. As much as I love him, I don't know if I could do it against Rodon. Rodon's just too talented. He's had some time to rest, relax, tweak some things. He's going to come out firing against the Dodgers today, and I think that the Giants have a really good shot of winning this matchup in LA. So as always, if you tail, give them hell, and if we fail, do not bail. I'll be back tomorrow with a larger breakdown of the entire slate, hopefully some more information. Probably gonna see a lot of aces on the mound tomorrow, so that is a big factor of why, you know, we have to be careful, because there's a lot of good matchups, a lot of good pitchers playing. Over the weekend though, we should get some better matchups, some worse pitchers, and some really advantageous spots. Make sure to drop me a like if you like this video and subscribe for future content. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.